Let's talk about what happens in between the Old Testament and the New Testament. Through history, we know there was 400 plus years that God remained silent. A lot of false biblical books, we call these pseudepigrapha, were written, and people were pretending this is from God, where it wasn't. We also know that Malachi ends with the prophet speaking, and a prophet in the New Testament starts to speak. Here's what's really important. We call the Old Testament, or the Old Covenant, and the New Covenant, the new promise. So God made a promise in the Old Testament. In the New Testament, Jesus' new covenant is sealed in his blood. We'll talk about that more as we're coming up. But during this time, there was over 400 years of silence. And think about how old the U.S. is. It's not even 400 years old. And God was silent during that time. But then enter hope. Now, one other quick thing. Think about all the hundreds and hundreds of prophecies of Messiah. How would we know it's him? Well, how do you get hundreds and hundreds of prophecies all lined up? That's what took 400 years to get it all lined up until Messiah could come and fulfill every single one of those prophecies.